Figma Collaborative Design in the Browser. Agenda: Design Tool Architectures. Figma History. Why Figma? File Sync Lifecycle. Getting started. Basic Workflow, Components and Auto Layout. Design Tool Architectures. A design tool's architecture decides how files are stored, shared, and edited by more than one person at a time. If two designers can't work on the same file simultaneously, coordinating changes becomes a manual, error-prone process. Almost every modern creative tool eventually has to decide between local files and something stored and synced centrally. Any team designing together benefits from seeing each other's changes as they happen, not after exporting and re-importing a file. Emailing design files back and forth and manually merging changes doesn't scale past a single designer working alone. File-based and browser-native collaboration. A file-based design tool stores work in local files, requiring manual exporting, sharing, and merging to collaborate. Figma instead runs entirely in the browser, syncing every edit to a shared file in real time as multiple people work simultaneously. File-based. Local design files, manual export, share, one editor at a time. Browser native. Figma lives in the browser, many editors live. Problems with file-based design tools. Single point of conflict. Two designers editing separate copies of the same file risk overwriting each other's work. Sharing a file means exporting, uploading, and waiting for others to download the latest version. Feedback often happens on a static export, disconnected from the actual editable file. Version history is only as good as whatever manual naming convention a team happens to follow. Reviewing a design from another platform or operating system OS can require installing the same design software. Misses out on the ability to watch a design evolve live, the way collaborative documents already allow. The Figma system. Every file lives on Figma servers, rendered and edited live inside the browser rather than stored as a local document. A multiplayer sync engine propagates each person's edits to everyone else, viewing or editing the file in real time. Components, styles, and auto layout are stored as part of the same shared file, keeping a whole team's design system consistent. Other tools in a similar or adjacent space. Sketch, Adobe XD, FigJam, Figma's own whiteboard tool. Figma advantages. Multiple people can design in the same file simultaneously, seeing each other's cursors and edits live. Works from any browser without installing platform-specific design software. Built-in commenting ties feedback directly to the actual design, not a separate exported image. Components and design systems stay consistent automatically across every file that uses them. Version history is automatic and continuous, without relying on manual file naming. A large plugin ecosystem extends Figma with community-built tools and integrations. Everything syncs in real time almost. One huge benefit is that in Figma, almost every change you make is synced to collaborators the moment you make it. Moving a shape, editing text, or adjusting a color updates instantly for everyone else viewing the file. This live sync model is what makes multiple people editing the same file simultaneously actually work smoothly. Because the file is always the single shared source of truth, there's no separate latest version to track down. This real-time architecture is the technical foundation that most of Figma's collaborative features are built on top of. Components and auto layout component, a reusable design element that updates everywhere it's used. Auto layout, elements that resize and reflow automatically. A simplified multiplayer sync event. Every edit is broadcast as a small event so collaborators see changes instantly. A component variant structure. Variant group Variants group related versions of a component under one set of properties. History, founded by Delaney Field and Evan Wallace in 2012, with the product publicly launching in 2016. Built from the start as a browser-based tool, betting that WebGL and modern browsers could support serious design work. Introduced features like components, auto layout, and a plugin API that expanded what the platform could do over time. Adobe announced an agreement to acquire Figma in 2022, but the deal was terminated 1 year later in 2023 after facing regulatory opposition. Figma later expanded into adjacent tools like FigJam for whiteboarding and features supporting developer handoff. Why Figma? Collaborative. Multiple people can design in the same file at the same time. Accessible. Runs in any modern browser with no platform-specific install required. Consistent. Shared components and styles keep a design system aligned across files. Transparent. Automatic version history and live commenting keep feedback in context. Extensible. A large plugin ecosystem adds capability beyond the core product. Widely adopted became a standard tool across product design teams industry-wide. The multiplayer sync engine, Figma Sync Engine, is what lets many people edit the same file at once without conflicts. Each edit is sent as a small incremental change rather than re-uploading the whole file. Conflicting edits are resolved automatically so collaborators don't have to manually merge changes. Never assume a local offline copy of a Figma file is the authoritative version. The synced file on Figma server is the source of truth. Figma lifecycle: make a change, edit, broadcast event sync, resolve edits, merge, update all views, render. A user makes an edit, it's broadcast as a sync event, merged with other collaborators' changes, and rendered live in everyone's view. Getting started with Figma. This leads us to the 3 steps that get a design file up and shared. Create an account. Register for free through Figma's website. Start a file. Begin a new design file or pick a template. Invite collaborators. Add teammates to design together in real time. Basic workflow. Designing, commenting and prototyping. Some call design, comment, and prototype Figma's everyday loop. Multiple designers can work in the same file, seeing changes and cursors update live. Comments attach directly to specific elements, keeping feedback tied to the design itself. Prototyping mode links frames together to simulate real interactions and flows. Components and shared styles keep a growing file consistent as the design system matures. Supports many workflows: UI design, whiteboarding, prototyping, and developer handoff. Works the same across any device with a modern browser. Any questions? Thank you.